All right, welcome event rental professionals. I'm here today with Alexandra, and we're going to talk today about her business and what she does. So welcome, Alexandra. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
All right, you want to let everybody know which business you represent?
So I represent Elegant Celebrations. It's a decor rental company that does florals, decorating, and coordination. Just a little bit of everything.
Excellent. And you do that in which city? Your
Oh,
local
Ottawa. I
city.
was like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Yes, in Ottawa. Sorry.
Yeah, we're in Ottawa, Canada. So she's local to me, and I've had the lovely pleasure of seeing her different networking events and seeing her work, and it's absolutely fabulous. But we're here tonight to talk about her. So, Alexandra, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to pursue this career path?
Um, so it started like 8 years ago. Um, I I ended up getting into just doing fresh flowers, just as something on the side to see what I could do with that. And then I ended up going into business with a partner. And then we split ways, and I've reinvented myself. And yeah, so that's where it kind of started, was just on the side with some flowers. And my mom did flowers for family weddings as I grew up, so I was always around them in during those times. And then I was like, well, might as well try because I enjoyed doing it. And yeah, it just ended up being one of those things that just kind of stuck. I thought I was going to be a ECE in a daycare somewhere, but because that's what I went to school for, and totally left field that and did something completely different. And it's always fun, and sometimes it gets um, a little stressful, but it's a stress that I enjoy.
Oh, it's perfect. Then it looks like you escaped one into a perfect path that really aligns with what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's just funny how I thought I was going to go one direction and was going to be totally happy with that. And then I found this joy that the other one didn't give me. I was like, this is what I need, something different daily. Not like childcare is different daily, but this is a very different thing where each week is completely different.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
For
As
sure.
you would know for sure.
Yes. Yes. And you know, as you know, the differences every week to week is highly dependent on your client,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
Um, yeah. And like for us, we have a seasonal base too. Like May to October is our busier season, April, May. And each each year there's a different month that is crazier than what it was last year. And some months you can have X amount of clients, and other months it could be a little lower, or each week could be something crazy. And it's like, okay, let's do this. Let's have some fun.
Exactly. Exactly. Now,
Hmm.
given that you've been in business 8 years already, you've for sure have hit some challenges and obstacles. Why don't you share one of your major challenges that you've had to, deal with throughout your 8 years? What is the biggest one, let's say?
Was the biggest challenge was to navigate the scaling.
Mhm.
So basically, it's like, okay, we've grown to a point, but we want to go past that point. And what would that look like? How
Yeah,
do we do it? How do we sort ourselves to be able to organize ourselves to be able to scale to the next level? Do we get the more inventory, the bigger inventory? Or is it like, what people do we need for this to help? Or what tools? Or um, machines that we need. So it's always like thinking about those hurdles are the biggest challenge.
Oh, for sure. I can see that. Absolutely. For sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think that will be still coming around from
Oh,
time to
yeah.
time in the future anyway.
It's always going to keep reoccurring, but it is stressful, but it is like the best part of it because when you get there, it's like, okay, we've grown. That's a good thing. So let's bring on those next challenges.
Exactly. And you're right. Absolutely, you're right on that. And in your opinion, what are your key qualities or skills that have contributed to your overall success within your businesses?
So I think when it first started, the success was like, for me, it was I had this talent of being able to do these florals arrangements. I had minimal training. I did have some training. I had some, and then just keep going with the training on it. Um, and then from there, I really picked up the skills that were needed on also how to talk to the specific clientele that we have to deal with and learning how to deal with like the coordination aspect because that is such a niche and very particular of how to pull that off properly. So, and somehow mm, my temperament and my undiagnosed ADHD helps with all that really well. Like, yeah, it's like a when I do the day of coordination, it's like a ADHD dream where it's like I have to do 5 different things all at once. It's fabulous.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
with you. For sure. And you've put on so many great events and you've thrived in the environments. And if you weren't thriving, you wouldn't be around anymore, as you all know, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like if and yeah, just being able to I guess with kind of rebranding myself is I have this beautiful opportunity. I'm so thankful for it to be able to meet all these new people like you and everybody else at these events, especially, and being able to do some of these events. I am beyond thankful for because they're so much fun. And the amount of people and friends I've made in the last year are like is absolutely insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And it certainly helps that you're attending events and networking events to grow yourself, to grow your business. And you're
Yeah.
there, you're doing the work to grow and to build your business because it's not just about day to day. You're
No,
also the
it's
owner, right?
yeah, so it's definitely, you know, I enjoy being behind the scenes, but I know when go to these networking events, I have to be kind of in the scenes and that the first few times I had to do that was so difficult, but it has gotten easier, but I still like my little background scene. But anyhow, a lot of the people that do see me regularly at these events do know who I am at this point. So that's a big win for me. Yeah, I'm not an outgoing person, so it does get difficult.
Yeah, but you're doing it and you're stepping into that uncomfortable space there.
Yeah, I try to make sure I do it
Hmm.
as much as I can. And yeah.
And it shows, which is great, right? So if you think about your day to day, there are days that you're ups and you're downs, sort of like,
Oh
how
yeah.
do you stay motivated to be able to continue to innovate or to thrive in your field or in your business?
So to continue to like motivation, it's just like my motivation is just like moving, packing my orders that I need to pack. And like, if I have to innovate or be creative and I have to think about those things, driving. Anywhere I go, I have to drive. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter whatever it is, I have to drive. And I enjoy driving, but that's where I have my best thoughts. I had a problem where I had to figure out some kind of garland or something for a client, but what I had wasn't enough. So I had to figure out how to make it enough for them. And I just was driving one day and I was like, oh, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go this route and add this to it with this. And it turned out to be exactly what they were looking for when they came to see it. I was like, perfect. And it's always my thoughts are driving. Some people, it's like in the middle of the night, they wake up and they have this whole revelation thing. No, no, it's while I'm driving. If I'm talking to somebody, I'm talking a problem out to them about whatever it could be. And they're like, I don't care about this problem. I'm like, yeah, but this is in my head, so it needs to be talked out.
Yeah. Well, and you know how to get it resolved, right? And
Yeah,
like you said, you do a fair amount of driving, so you'll have the opportunity to be with your own thoughts and to think things through and to come up with a plan because,
yeah,
that is almost like part of your package now.
it is. It
Yeah, for your
is.
daily method of operation.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like mentally make my notes of what I have to do that day.
Yeah.
And if it's a long list, it might be like making that list on a phone or something, like talking to Siri to make my list for me of the day and
Yeah.
dealing with that.
However you get it done, you get it done, right?
Yeah, I'm that person. Like, I'm one of those people that are like, you tell me what needs to get done, I'll get it done as fast as humanly possible. I can do it.
Exactly. Oh, and
And
that's
it's,
fantastic, and that will show in your business and how fast and quickly it will thrive, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Now, can you tell us everybody a little bit about one of your biggest achievements that you're super proud of? Like, is there a particular event that you did for somebody or part of anything along those lines?
Um, I think my biggest achievement would be like that I am I have sat and had to reinvent myself, and I think reinventing myself to what I want to do and how I want it to look. Like, I had to think a long time about that, and just not stopping was a big thing. Like, I enjoy what I do, and I sat there and I thought, what do I want in this? What do I want to keep doing? And I'm like, okay, my creative outlet is my flowers. I need to keep those, but let's change it into both fresh and artificial. And then we'll give that option out there and see where that goes. Because and then I was like, okay, decor. I enjoy that because that is like a beautiful grind. I don't know. I enjoy packing orders. Like that is just like such joy for me. And then it was like, okay, so we'll put the others out there that I know I can do. But being able to restart and rebrand myself and being able to do it, and now I've got my year under my belt. My next year is going to be bigger. And I'm like, yes, I can still do it, which is like, that is a big achievement for me, is knowing that I can do it.
Oh, definitely. I have full faith in that. I've seen you work
Thank you.
already. So,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. If you were to think back now, if somebody was, let's say somebody that's 10 years younger than you is coming right out of school and would like to follow in your footsteps, what would be a piece of advice that you could give somebody?
Um, a piece of advice is to do what they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the people that are in business with you will understand what you're going through, even if it's not in the same industry, because we all have the same problems.
Mm-hmm.
They could be on just different scales, but we all have the same problems at the end of the day. And those people are going to be your greatest resources and your greatest friends.
Your friends in
And
the industry in a way.
yeah, yeah. And even if they're not in the industry, even if they're just other business people, they are the people are that are going to understand. If you go home and your partner's not in business, they're not going to understand what you're talking about, and they're not going to be able to help you. But having those friends, that's what you need, because they're great resources. And I have it took me a long time to realize that, and I am beyond thankful for those people. Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's a great point because a lot of people don't quite get that point, but it's a
No.
great point that you've mentioned that because people starting out in business would never think about that. I certainly didn't when I started out either.
Mhm.
Right?
And like you and I have a pretty similar business,
Mm-hmm.
and there's things I won't touch that you do,
Mm-hmm.
and there's things I do you won't touch, which
Exactly.
is absolutely fine. And some people are like, "Oh, that's competition. That's competition." I'm like, "No,
No.
I see it as we could run ideas by each other. We could problem solve through each other and just be another person that understands what each other's going through with, rental problems or whatever else there could be." That's how I see it. I see it as somebody who I can have an easy conversation to about the everyday things we do.
Exactly. And those people are going to understand you completely because
Hmm.
they're in the same trench.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And if you were to now, instead of looking behind that
Yeah.
you'd like to give advice to, how about if you were looking ahead? What are your future, your goals, your aspirations for your own business? What is your ultimate goal?
Well, right now, I only have a year under my belt,
Mm-hmm.
so I just want to keep growing, keep it getting bigger, and really define the direction I want to go. I feel like it's just not defined enough. When, and I've had it where, you go to the wedding show, like the Ottawa wedding shows, and people come to you and they're like, I know exactly who you are. That's where I want to be again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to do. And then we'll go from there,
Exactly.
because I'm not a person that sees black and white. I see rainbows. So I have no limit on where what it could look like, or where, like, there's ideas. There's always ideas. But at the end of the day, it's what is going to work and where is it going to go? Who knows how fast it could go? It could be tomorrow, it could be something completely different. So, I take it day by day, and just I want to grow and I enjoy what I do. So I
Mm-hmm.
have fun. I really truly have fun with it.
That's wonderful. Sounds like you're staying completely open-minded to whatever may come
Absolutely.
your way.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that. I think it's amazing because you have the opportunity to do it, right? You're a solopreneur, you're on your own, you can make all the decisions. You got to
Mhm.
bear all the consequences at the same time, but you've been in business long enough that
Yeah.
your gut tells you a lot.
Your gut tells you a lot, and then just having, and if you're unsure, just being able to go talk to those people that are doing very similar things to you will be able to tell you, good idea, bad idea. Let's think on that. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Before we all buy shiny objects, that
Oh,
go
I am
nowhere.
like, no, I'm buying that shiny object. And then if I think about it afterwards and return it, well, that's, my idea.
That's another way. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And I'm unfortunately one of those people that was like, oh, I really like this. I really want to see it in person. Order, and it comes in. It's like, is it going to work? Maybe I should return it.
Well, we have that option these days, right?
Yes. Thank
Sure.
goodness.
For all of our listeners and viewers here, can you share a fun fact about yourself? What is a fun thing that nobody would know that you're willing to share?
A fun thing that no, oh gosh, that's a hard one because yeah,
It seems to be a harder question for the introverts.
yeah. I so for the people that don't know me,
Well, nobody knows you, so.
yeah, like no one really knows me. For
No.
those people, yeah. I so I run this business in Ottawa, but I travel to get to Ottawa. I am a country person through and through. And yeah, I do all these elegant events, but I go home and I'm like this like country person. Like, yeah, I went and a couple weekends ago, I went out into a bush and cut down a tree for Christmas on the farm. So like we're going that far. Yeah.
Well, totally on opposite ends of the spectrum because
And I enjoy my quiet little country life, but you got to grind in the city. So
that's it. You just certainly do it, and you do a great job of that for sure. Well,
mhm.
that's all the questions I had for you today. Is there anything else that you wanted to share? For sure, all your details are going to be at the end of this video and as well as in the YouTube description below. So if you want to connect with Alexandra, her contact details will definitely be there. And I also want to thank you, of course, for joining me for their little talk. And that was so amazing. I really appreciate you taking the time out to connect with all of us here tonight.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Definitely had a hard time with this one because I was like, never done this. This is out of my comfort zone, but we'll do it for you.
And I appreciate it. See, now you've done one, now you can do more. No worries.
Absolutely not, but it probably will happen.
You'll just be fine. I'm not worried.
Thank you.
Anyways, I want to say thanks again and have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you around the city.
Of course, we'll see you next week, actually.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.